As always, the outline questions tend to give us very clear goals, right? So the student wants to indicate the California red-legged frogs FWS classification category. So just like in your mind right now, you should be rephrasing that question. What is the frogs classification, right? That's the question. And you want the answer choice to answer that question, right? So this is something the SAT does in all sorts of parts of the SAT, right? The passages, the everything, right? Is they kind of ask a very simple question in a weird way. This is just that, right? Like, we don't read the outline. We don't care. We're not going to try to find it from the outline. We're going to try to find it from the choices. And if it doesn't answer that question, it is not the right answer. So what is the frogs classification? Species on the FWS list, which includes the California red-legged frog, are classified as either endangered or threatened. Okay, but what's the frogs classification? Is it endangered or is it threatened? I don't know, so this can't be the right answer. B, the California red-legged frog appears on the FWS list of at-risk species. Okay, is that its classification? At risk? Maybe, so I'll leave it in for now, but like, this is a good example of like, it just sounds like it's on the list. Doesn't sound like it's telling me the place on the list, but let's see. Let's keep going. C, according to the FWS, the California red-legged frog is in the endangered category, in danger of extinction throughout most or all of its range. Yeah, that sounds really, really good, but let's continue. D, likely to soon become endangered, the California red-legged frog is classified as threatened by the FWS. Whoa! This is weird. Okay, this is still an easy question, and this is why you can't take shortcuts and stop reading as soon as you get something you like. This has like never happened on any practice test with any of these outline questions. This is so rare, but we actually have to go to the outline. Very, very unusual. But it's okay, because we have a clear thing we need to figure out, right? What is the classification category? Is it endangered? Or is it threatened? Or maybe at risk is a category? I don't know, but that's okay. Let's figure it out. Let's see. It's not this. It's not this. It's not this. Okay, California red-legged frog is likely soon to become endangered. So soon to become endangered is classified as threatened. So this is really sneaky. So that makes it D. Okay, so this is, in my mind, the single hardest one of these questions we've ever faced. I don't think it's that hard, because I think as soon as we realize that our normal strategy of skipping the outline doesn't work, we're able to just adjust and be flexible. And this is how you should approach every SAT question, right? Everything I say where I'm like, okay, it's always this. Well, you probably know I don't say that very often, but even still, the SAT is very good at finding ways to kind of manipulate you and find exceptions to rules, things like that. So if you are someone who hates exceptions, you're gonna have a lot of trouble with the SAT, because that's basically every hard question is finding some weird path, and you just need to work your way there and be flexible enough to deal with things that you didn't fully prepare for. You cannot, it is impossible to study for the SAT in a way that you will see every question type on your practice that you will see on the actual test. It's not possible. There will always be surprises. But if we're comfortable with the normal stuff, then when we get the abnormal stuff, we're fine. We're able to adjust. So because I read all these choices and I was thorough, I noticed that this was weird and I was able to go back. It's odd to me that I had to do so much kind of like analysis of these bullet points. But like I said, this is the first question I've seen in 6 practice tests that really involves this. Maybe we'll get more of them in the future on the SAT, but I stand by what I've been saying all along. These are easy questions. You can't afford to get these wrong. So you've got to make sure you save time for these, or that you go to them before you start handling the passages in the hard module, so that you make sure you don't run out of time with a few of these left. Because even that little complication wasn't so complicated. Please let me know if you've seen other questions like this in your practice where you have to go to the outlines. But most of the time, this is just weird. This is not how it's going to work.